Okay. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome in today's class. We are on the 22nd day of the class. That is actually good progress. Okay, as per our promise, we are need to be go for the 40 classes of 35 to 40 classes, which I'm expecting. So approximately 2 weeks course is still pending as of now. Today we are going to be start with the concept called the data lookup. Okay. Yesterday I gave you the overview that how this data lookup actually work. Okay. Let me open my notepad here. Sometime I think that ServiceNow should provide the notepad also in the application navigator. Okay. So we have a concept called the data lookup. Means by changing the value of X, my Y will be changed. This is the fundamental meaning of the data lookup. Okay, so this will be covered in the 3 steps. Okay. First step, basically, you need to create a lookup table. Means what I will do, I'll show you one example first. Okay, and then we will create our lookup table. So I can go here and go here data lookup. Okay, this is my data lookup definition. I'll come to this point later. I'm just speaking of the table name from here. So let me show you this lookup table, this thing. Okay, I just copy paste this table here and now click here. Okay, so this is my first step that says what value you want and what should be changed. So I want impact and urgency. Let me click on the new data lookup here. Okay, so it says impact should be 3, priority should be 3, urgency should be 3, priority become 5. Order, that in order means the execution order we always stop. So if I click on submit, it will take that value for me and my one value has been added 335. So this is the first thing, but how this thing created actually, let me open this new again and open this table. So this is my table name, DL underscore U underscore priority. And this particular table extended the data lookup matcher rule. It is a ServiceNow out of the box table given by ServiceNow. So this is the table which I am extending it for my purpose. Okay. Now the question will come, Atul, cannot we extend the task table? Will the task table provide you this format for the lookup, like this format? A, B, to C. Task table will not provide you this particular format. So to get this format, we have a special table called the data lookup matcher rule table is there. Okay. When you extend this table, you will get a lot of attributes or the value from this particular table as well. Okay. Now we'll see, is any field has been created by customized in this table? No, because this is a system given table. So I don't require any new field to be created here. But in our practical, when we will create a matcher table, we will create a new field as well. Okay. So this is the one thing. Any doubt, any question till this point? So first point says lookup table for the matching purpose. Now the second step, definitely it will be theoretical for the next 5 to 7 minutes. When we go for the practical, then you guys will be able to understand more. Okay. Second step says lookup definition. Now let's take example. Suppose Sachin, you have daughter or a son? Sachin never speak in the class. Okay, Anjan, you have a daughter, right? So Anjan's daughter asked to Anjan that where is my toys you have kept? What Anjan says, go to your room, open the wardrobe, in the second drawer in the left corner you will get that part, you will get that toy. Maybe sometime even we ask to our, I asked to my wife, where the stapler you have kept, where the sellotape you have kept, where the gum you have kept. So she told me, in that drawer, open that, in the wardrobe, open that drawer, in the left corner you will get that part. It means she's giving me the definition here, where I need to be go, what I need to be see, and then I need to be match that as per my requirement. So in this particular place, what I'll do two actions. One, I do the setter, and then I'll do the matcher. Means what I need to be set and what I need to be match. Okay, this is the second step. And the third step basically is the execution. This is the third step we are going to be perform now. So if I open this definition here, let me go here and open the data lookup definition. I'm talking about this. This is my definition here. What I did here, that this is my name. What I'm saying, on which table you want to map it. I say I want to map on the incident table, number one part. Matching table, from where you need to be match this part. I say this is the table which I created just now. My lookup table, I'm talking about this thing. This is my in the incident table. When I click on the priority in, sorry, impact as a 1, it should go to this table and find out incident priority, sorry, impact is a 1. Then what to do? Then he need to perform these two actions. Check the impact, check the urgency, and set the priority for me. Okay. Now what we'll do, we will create one exercise here. Okay. So what I'll do, let me go to the tables first. Okay. And click on the new table. I'll put as a data. Okay, it will come automatically here. And I'm putting as a data lookup this one, matcher rule. Okay, I'll put on this matcher rule here. Now the thing is that I will not create a module for this table. I'll tell you one more example here. Okay, if someone is coming to your home, maybe some special guest is coming to your home, you cook a very special things for them. Maybe if we go to Farah or Sheem somehow, they will cook biryani, they will cook for us sheer kurma, all these things they will cook. They will tell that, okay, Atul, we cook this for you. But they will never tell to us that, Atul, who bring the raw material for us from the market. It can be dad, it can be mom, it can be servant, it can be my sister, my brother. They will never tell these things. So it means those are the tables which I don't want show in my module section. I will say I don't want to create a module here. I don't want this. This is just a temporary table which is only for my purpose. I don't want to show you this thing to the my customer. I am giving you the lecture now. I'm giving you the class. How I'm giving the class to you, by maybe I already open some video in front of me. Maybe I open some book in front of me. Maybe I read the things before night I go for the class. These things not bother for you. You are only worried that in the class Atul should tell us something new about the topic, right? So if it is up to you. You want to create a model, you can create. If you don't want to create a model, don't create a model for the same. Okay. Now any doubt, any question? No. Sheem, Anjan, Farah.
See, now it's okay. Let's
No,
see.
it's okay at all.
Sachin, Gaurav. Okay. So now I'm doing this part. Let me click on the save here.
So
Because
first
I
step,
extend my
creating
table
the
from the
table.
sorry.
Excuse me. So the first step, the first step is creating the lookup table.
Yes.
Okay, this is the first step that we just done. Okay.
What exercise we are doing now? That
Mm-hmm.
if I select user, my assignment group should auto populated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is my exercise by the lookup table. Suppose if I say my user is Fred Ludi, so it should be assignment group should be batch 3 or cavity. Okay, that
Okay.
thing we will discuss now. Now I come here and I create a new column here because user is not in this particular table, right? So I'll say it's a reference. Okay, I said color. Okay, length is 40. That's fine for me. Mandatory. That's fine. I'll not. I'm not making anything mandatory here. Okay. Reference specification. Which table I'm referring? I refer to the sys underscore
No,
user.
this you.
Okay, this one. And I click on the submit. Okay, done this part. I'm done one with my first step, that is called the this particular definition. Okay, now what next I need to be do it. Let me open this, go here on the li. What I'm getting here, I'm just getting a user. What else I need? I want a assignment group as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So what I'll do now, I'll open this table again. Sorry, this one table 7. Because minimum two things I need in my particular place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And open this
Function.
and let me add one more field called the assignment
And
group, right?
Because it doesn't exist out of the box.
Exactly, right.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is for the reference, right? And I'm putting the wrong spelling just to show you something, maybe just to be differentiate something. Okay, 40. Okay, and the reference I'm putting it to the sys
Assignment.
underscore user underscore group,
Mm.
right? And click on the submit button. Okay, I click on the submit here. Now what I'll do, now I will open this. Oh shit. And now I will start matching part. Okay, let me go here and assignment order. I'll put it here and remove this. Click OK. Now let me start inserting my record. Okay, let me say Fred Ludi. If I said Fred Ludi, my assignment group be
That should be.
submit. Let me add one more here. Able tutor. It go to my change management team. let's put this 2 example as of now. Okay, so now what will happen? It is my place where my matching will be happen. Okay, till this point, any doubt, any question? Anyone? See, being a consultant, you are not going to be do this thing, but you should understand the background logic that how these things work actually. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll pick up the second step.
But Atul, as
Yes.
a ServiceNow admin, suppose if I work in a ServiceNow admin team, then I have to do all this, right?
Yes. But a consultant, suppose you get a ticket from your customer, Sachin, I'm changing the priority, but it's not changing my impact. Then where you will go and check it?
सही बात है, हाँ.
So one thing always remember, consultant doesn't mean that you have to just talk to the customer and get the things done. Consultant means that you are supporting to the two parties. Number one, your customer. Number two, you are supporting a technical team as well. In my current project, I have a many discussions with my technical team. Why are you using this particular option? Why we cannot go for this particular option? Why? Because I have a knowledge. I have a skill set that I can tell them, boss, this is you are doing this wrong thing here. They develop one story. They say, I told test it. I test it fail. Before I reach to them that it is failing, I give them a problem as well. Boss, you did not tick this box. It is creating an issue here now. Then they are able to do that part. So now what I will do, I will create my data lookup definition. Click here. Let me see what they mentioned in the assignment group, because this is one of the out of the box rule given by ServiceNow. So it should not impact my data. Okay, assignment group assigned. What is matching subcategory? Okay, see, they also have a matching rule, but they don't have the other things. Like on the basis of the caller, they are not setting up anything. They are just using the category CMDB location category this, and they're setting the assignment group and assign to. And I am setting on the basis of my caller. So it is not going to be impact my stuff. Now what I'll do, I'll click on the new here. I want to go for the data lookup. My data lookup functional, on which table I want to implement. I want to implement this on the incident table. You can do it for the chain table as well, incident table. This way. Okay. And which assignment rule you want to map it? I created my assignment rule, this one. I click on this. It said okay. Now here the option run on the form change. It means as soon as you change the value, okay, this definition should be run automatically. I said yes. Run on the insert. When you click on the submit, when you're creating a new record, then it should be run definitely. Run on the update. When you already created a record and you are going to be change some value, then you want to run it. I said yes.
What's the difference?
Now I click on the.
Excuse me, Atul.
Insert means you are creating the record first time. Update means it's already created in the system.
No difference between update and run on form change.
Okay, basically this says when your form load actually, that time you should run this particular method. Okay, the thing is that let's take example here. Okay, this time my form is loading, right? Now take example, I have a code in the background which says every time when I'm setting up my or when I'm loading my new record, I should get a caller by default Atul Grover. Then you want this to be done or not, because it's bringing the value from the background. Right? Let's take a normal example. If your parents are going outside, maybe for some function for 3 or 4 days, they tell to everyone, in case you want some help, Farah is at home, you can call her. Okay. So it means that is a form changing, just loading the form at point of time, and everyone redirecting to you. Update means I am opening a record which is already exist, and then I am updating my records there.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the difference. Now I click on the save part. So with this, I am starting my this part. So what I did, if I say I done the source and destination table mapping. I'll not say the matching, it's actually the table mapping. Why? Because these two are the separate tables now, right? So I am doing the table to table mapping. Now what I'll do, now I will do the field to field mapping. Next step. Let's take one more example here. Suppose you are shifting your home. Okay. You pack your bags, or you pack your, you call to this particular guy, movers and packers. They start packing their stuff. So they start packing your stuff in a boxes. When you reach to the destination, first of all, you count the boxes. I have the number of same boxes which I put it into the loading time, and it is the unloading time. So that is the table mapping. Once you start opening the box one by one, then your mind work, oh, in my previous home, I have this thing as well, where I kept that particular utensils or that particular showpiece. That is called the field to field mapping. Okay. So in the matcher, we are doing the field to field mapping, that which field of source table, which field of matching table you want to map it. Click here. I said in the source table, there's a field called the collar, right? This one. I want to map this collar, and let me open this. What the table name we have? Oh, wait. I can, but let me show you with the examples. Okay, U underscore functional data lookup. Let me open this. So that it is easy for you to understand. Okay, yeah. So what I'm doing here is that I'm saying the color field of my incident should be mapped with the user color of my this particular table. This is the things I'm doing in the matching one. Color should be mapped to the which one? User color. You want the exact lookup. It means name should be same, everything should be same. I said yes. Click on the exact lookup. Click on the submit. This is my matching part. Color should be mapped to this particular color. Now what you want to set? Oh,
Assignment.
Yes. So what we did, your mom tell to everyone, we are going on a function. That is the setting. They have done the setting here. What they want to map it. Sorry, they do the matching part. What they want to set it, that is my assignment group. Here I have assignment group should be mapped with my assignment, and click on the submit. Sorry, let me click on this. I'll show these options as well. Open this. This has an option called the always replace. It means if you change your user, do you want to change your assignment group as well? I said yes, always replace with the changing in the setting of value. Clear till this point?
Yes. Always, excuse me, always replace when we change.
It will replace when we change the color name.
No, when we change the assignment. Okay.
Yes. No, when
Okay.
we change the this caller ID. Okay.
Mm.
Now what I'll do, let me reload my page. Okay. Now I put my user as a Fred Ludi. Oh, my assignment group is not coming.
Yes.
Why it's not coming? Any idea why it's not coming? Let me put this and let me click on the save. See, now it's coming.
Mm.
Why? Because I click run on insert. Let me remove this and click on the save here.
Mm.
Because when I click on the submit, only then, oh my God, Farah created a button as well. Now, same exercise again. Let me put Fred Ludi. Still not coming. Let me click on the submit. I put email. Let's see why it's not be submitting here. It means something is getting wrong here. No assignment is there. Let me put able to. That is when I hate this topic. Where is Mr. Intern? Oops. I'm not able to
It's gone.
why it's not showing to me. Surprising, something wrong in the background, I guess. Okay, let's see why it's not be working for me. That is the important point. Okay, caller ID. Let me remove this option. Exit lookup match. Update. Now let me create a new incident. Hope you guys now understand that why I hate this topic. It is always fail at least once in my class. Fred Ludi. Not showing to me till now. Let's see why it's not showing to us. Let's do some R&D here. Let's go to the data lookup definition. Okay. Everything on the incident table, yes. Run on insert true. Let me make it as a true for this. When we stuck sometime, what is the best option to do that part? Check the out of the box functionality. First of all, that give us an insight that what we are doing wrong here. Impact urgency, this put is a false, that's fine. We put it the false, true, true. Then why it is okay. Okay, wait. I got the idea. It's user admin. Let me go to the group. I tell you one more thing important here. We have a change management, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go here. Configure form layout. One thing I want to let me. I'm thinking that can be a reason. Possible reason can be a. Let us load one more thing here. Yes. Type. This can be a potential reason according to me. I'm just guessing it, but I'm thinking it like as well. Its type is ITL only. That is fine. By default, it's giving unlock type. No, this is not the reason, because they already configured it correctly. Now let's see what we are doing wrong here. Caller, user, that is fine for me. Reference, and let me check here, data lookup, matching rules. Open this definition. Maybe we are extending the wrong table. Lookup definitions. Guys, can you think why it's be going wrong?
Yes, we are thinking.
Only thinking. Give me some inputs. Sachin, tell me.
Definitions of the lookup. But as I can see, everything is done logically.
Matcher rule. We have a matcher rule. That's fine. You look up data. Let's do one thing. Let's open this table once again. Where's my table? Sorry. So this one, right? Copy this. Let me change the assignment groups here. Maybe that can be an issue. I'm not sure.
You can put batch 3 or something like that to see.
Let delete these records. And create a new record. Yes, delete it. ThreadLUD, incident management, submit, and let me add one more things. Display name. Okay. Fine, display name is 100. Okay, global, that's fine. Let me put one more table here. And let's put some other name. Alex. Major incident. No major incident. Application development. Okay. So let's do this practice or the things now. Let's go to the data lookup definition. Now let's try this thing. Reload the form. What name we put? We put the ThreadLUD and the Alex. Yes. Now it's working. Maybe that is the group issue is there. Now check for the Alex. Alex. Not working for me.
Good.
So maybe that is the group type we are using something different, because those are the change group. Okay, I'll tell you one more thing here. When I was checking this particular stuff, groups, I opened this one or not? Admin, go to the groups. Okay, let me open this incident group. So this type actually have a lot of things into the picture. Okay, this type is your group will be visible on these places or not, maybe on the incident table or not. Where is the incident? This one. Okay, this has a very big impact actually, this thing. Okay, that is the prime reason. Now let's do one thing. Let's create one more record here. U underscore CT. Now,
Functional. You missed.
Yes, I'm again doing mistake. Come on. This is C underscore functional. Achha, data lookup. I'm just putting a lookup here. Okay. Because now we put the right group. Because we are using this particular stuff on the incident table. And incident says that why you want to assign a ticket to the change management team. So this is the background validation which ServiceNow is doing. Okay. Now, if we do one thing, maybe I create one more data lookup. Okay. Maybe we can try for the changed group now. Change lookup. Source table.
Change.
Change, right? Change underscore request, not a change. Change underscore request. Now you guys need to start remembering the table's name. Change request. Matching table, I say matching should be done from here. Submit. Okay. Now let's create one. Let's see if incident table come or not. Sorry, incident this thing come or not. Let's put the in this collar, not collar. We have a opened by. Let me open the change table here. Okay, requested by. Okay, I said requested by should be mapped to my user collar. Submit. Okay, and only one I can match because in my definition I have only one field. And what need to be do? Open the change lookup, and what need to be set here? Sorry, go to the setter part. What need to be set? Go here, new, the assignment group. Assignment group to the assignment. Click submit. Okay. Now let's take a look. Will it work or not for me? Requested by Fred Ludy, because I'm picking up only one, that is only what I can say, table, right? Fred Ludy. See, it is not taking this thing. The reason can be because in the background I'm assigning that change to the incident team. What will do my incident team? The same thing goes for the Alex. But for Alex it will work. I am hoping. Okay, same, it is not working because application development team is for the development, not for the change deployment. So what they will do, right? So now what you can do, I can suggest you here. Okay, create one data lookup on the change table and do the things. When you select any category, then the assignment group should be populated automatically. Okay. Now I open for the question answer. Any doubt, any question, any clarification required till this point? And now I'm happy that I'm able to crack this.
Atul,
Yes.
see, basically, it may happen, it may not be happen, but the thing is, in a practical scenarios where there are some resource crunch or something like that, so probably, or there is a less work, so people used to engage a resource into incident as well as in change or problem kind of thing, right?
Right.
So on that basis,
Mhm.
my question is, my understanding is like the same person should be mapped in a data lookup for change and incident both, right?
Definitely, yes. So
Right.
if one person is working on change incident as well,
Right.
definitely he belong to two different groups.
Right.
Because if he's working the change, he need the change management rules. If he's
Right.
working the incident, he need the incident management rule.
Right.
So that is the thing is means, but we need to be decided because these two are the two separate tables. Number one point.
Exactly.
In the lookup definition, if you see here, what we are doing on the top, we are doing the mapping that on which table I need to be mapped it this particular option.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So you can pull any of the resources with the any of the assignment group based on the requirements, right?
Yes. This is just one example actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But if you see multiple things are happening. If see guys, if you go here and open this data lookup for the assignment group, this one, what they are doing the assignment. Let me open this DL_U_ assignment. Okay. Where is the table field for us? This one. Let me open this. So now you can see here. Sorry, this.
We use the same table, data lookup table now.
I'm showing you the default one. See what ServiceNow done. ServiceNow created a DL_U_ assignment. Okay. And they put this matching value on assignment_list. See, they says if my category is inquiry, my subcategory is email, should be assigned to Fred Ludy. Let's take example here. My category is this, okay, and my subcategory is email. See, it's going to the Fred Ludy. So what exercise we did, we just pick up one example. But if you see here, they have four things. Let me put a configuration item. BOW IBM, okay, and location. Let's leave location, otherwise I need to bring that field on the location. Now if you see, let me reload my page. Oh, we don't have this. Look, okay, let's bring that field as well on the form configuration item. It is there only, but why not able to see? Maybe on the basis of services it's showing to me.
No, form view. You have to go to the form view. So
No, I'm seeing that this field is already on the form view.
no.
But
When you select the tab and there is a below, there is a form view. I think so. Yeah, form layout.
form layout.
Yeah, the form view section.
See, I'm on the default view only, and I'm on the incident section only, but it is not showing to me. Maybe they have put some scripting on the background, only then it will be populated. Okay, so take example category this, email this. Now it will not assign. Let me save this page once. Okay. Save this. Maybe now after saving it will be open it. No, something they have put it there. Okay. But if I put that configuration item on the form level, need to be see that why it's not be showing. I'm on the default view only. There's no other section configuration. No. Maybe something wrong, or we will be hiding this some other fields on the top of that. Possibly, guys, maybe something is not working properly in the background, or some correction has been done. So if they go and pick up this particular option and then they bring it for us. Okay, so now in short I can say in the interview it has been asked to you, what do you mean by the data lookup? Then you have to give this particular option that we need to create a data lookup table. Then we need to do the source and destination mapping as a table mapping, and then we go for the field to field mapping, which includes the setter and the matcher for me. And then finally this has been executed. Okay, now last in this particular one more point is that data policies. Okay, I never shown this in my any of the class, but we can try this. Okay. Like I open this one, any non to me. Let's see if anything on the incident table. Make close info mandatory when resolved. Okay. That is my data policy. What they're doing here. So this thing is that suppose I have an integration of the two systems. I'm bringing data from ServiceNow. Sorry, I'm bringing data in ServiceNow from my Excel sheet or some other tool. I want when the incident closed in the another system, it should be marked closed in my system as well. But these values should be populated 100%, or these values are mandatory in my ServiceNow. So what I did, I just created a data policy here. Okay.
What you want to say by data policy?
Okay. Data policy means when you bring any data in ServiceNow from any of the system, any of the other tool, any of the Excel sheet, then you have to make sure that this field is mandated. So now, if you remember, we see in our UI policies, right? What UI policy says that was my color is mandatory. Right?
Yes, to make fields visible or mandatory or
Right.
read only, etc.
Right. Okay. But this UI policy work only when you open the ServiceNow incident form. Okay. And start filling the details. Till this point, agree, Farah?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now think other perspective. Suppose I am bringing, or I have an integration. We have a topic for integration as well between ServiceNow and suppose BMC remedy. Okay, we have this integration. I said when any incident created in BMC, it should be created in the ServiceNow as well. Okay, but in the BMC, my caller is not a mandatory. But in my ServiceNow, it is mandatory.
Yes.
It means my record will not inserted. Right?
ServiceNow.
Exactly. So to avoid these issues, what I'm doing, I'm putting a term called the data policy.
Okay.
It means it will check that boss, on my form, these things are mandatory. Please bring that field before you go to the form level.
Okay.
Okay. So this thing it's showing here that whenever you want to close or resolve your incident, these two fields I am making as a mandatory for you. Okay. So you can, what we are doing here, that I am creating a data policy on my incident table. It will work when you are bringing the data from the import set. I'll tell you that what is import set, and maybe in the next week we start this topic. Bringing the data via SOAP or JSON or XML files, or using a UI policy on the client. That on the form level, my UI policy says it is mandatory. Please fill that value. What value need to be filled? These two values need to be filled. That is the concept of the data policy. Okay. In the interview, it has been asked, what is the difference between data policy and the UI policy? UI policy work on the form level. Data policy work on the record level. Remember this point. That is a major difference. Okay. If I pick up any other example out of the box. Valid parent must not be empty. Let's not go in this, but let me open anything on the problem record. Okay, see, problem cause note is mandatory when the state is fixed in progress. Okay, data policy work on the data insertion time. UI policy work on the form level to make field mandatory read only. Don't be confused between these two things. So I said if I'm bringing any data and my current problem state is fixed in progress, then my cause note should be mandatory. Without bringing that field in the policy, in the record, you cannot save that record in my system. That is the difference of the data policies.
It's a little bit confusing sometimes.
Okay, wait. UI and data.
Yeah.
UI on the form level. ठीक है? Data on the record level. Okay. It bring, show or hide, right? Mandatory or read only, right? It will check that the data which is coming must have values the UI policy field on form. Suppose on the form you said my color is mandatory and I'm bringing the data from BMC. So in my Excel sheet, the color should be filled, only then it can be worked upon in the form level. Otherwise, it will not save the data for you. Again, confusing.
No, it's okay.
Because the thing is that the major point, which is the differentiation, this work on the form level, this work on the record level. That is a major difference.
Okay.
Okay. In the data policy, you are bringing the data from some other sources, you're not getting the record on the service now. You're bringing something from other tool. Like if I say, if I came to your in your country and I want to drive the car, what is required? I should have a license, and that is the international license, right?
Yes.
That is the data I need to bring it with me. If I don't have a license, I cannot drive in your country.
Exactly.
Right? But
yeah.
for you guys, it's a UI policy. You need the local license authority only, because you are the resident of that country.
Yes.
Okay, that's the form level view, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So that's
Got
the
it.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Any other doubt, guys? Anjan, Shihim,
No, no.
Gaurav, and Sachin.
No, precisely, but I think so. I have a question which could solve my on integration topic, I believe.
Maybe.
Altogether data policy, but we will have that question at the integration topic.
Yes, definitely, Anjan. Yeah. So with this, we have completed our one more topic here called the data lookup and the UI policies. Now for the weekend, I want to give some work to you. Maybe next weekend also I give you this work. Okay. Okay, it's already 10 o'clock, so I cannot start this topic because it take a good time. 2 days this will go. We will take this on this particular topic now. Let me stop the recording here.